What is going on, guys? It's Alonna with 570 Press, and tonight I am chatting with the wonderful dudes in Only the Strong. They have very quickly become my new favorite band. So, how are you guys doing today?
Doing awesome.
I'm doing well.
Cool. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. And you guys are in Alberta, Canada?
Yes,
Yeah, right.
Alberta, Calgary, Canada.
Alberta, Calgary, Canada.
That was a very weird way to say that. I probably could have phrased that a better way. But
you know what? You
got
know
it.
What?
All the important
fine.
pieces are there.
Yeah, exactly. See, when you're in the U.S., it's real simple. You're just like, "Yep, PA," and people are just like, "Oh, okay, makes sense."
For real.
Yep. So why don't you guys start off with who you are and what you do in the band?
Kyle or Kane, if you want to take this, I'm just sending out the link right now.
Yeah. So my name's Kane. I'm the drummer, and I hate talking about myself, so I'm the awkward one right now. Yeah, please take it away, Kyle.
I'm Kyle. I am the guitar player, and I'm just as awkward as Kane.
Oh my goodness. Hi, I'm Mason. I'm the vocalist from Only the Strong, and I'm the only one who's not just so fucking awkward, I guess, today. Yeah. But yeah, we're a pop punk band based out of Calgary, Alberta. We've been together for, I think us three has been 2 years. Is it 2 now? When did You Versus Me come out? Was that 2018 or 2019?
That was 2019, the beginning.
Okay, so yeah, 2 years, roughly, just over 2 years. And then we just started putting out our EP, and that's super exciting that we've been working on since 2019, and it's just been an absolute mess and had member changes. But now we're here, and it's us three, and we're all hanging out.
Yeah.
Nice. So how did you guys become a band in the first place?
Oh, yeah. Funnily enough, so I used to do acoustic music, and I decided one day I wanted to start a pop punk band. So I hopped on a Facebook Calgary musicians Facebook page and just posted something that was like, hey, I want to start a pop punk band. Like, is anybody interested? This dude named Trevor was like, yeah, I'm down. He had a friend named Ricky, and then we found some other people that are no longer in the band. And then after our first show, we had Ricky switch to drums. Kane was found. Where were you found? Was it on Facebook or?
I think that's a good question. I don't even remember.
Kijiji.
It might have been like, honestly, we just we all met online, and then I joined a metal band a month before our first Only the Strong's first show. And we weren't even going by that name at the time. And Kyle was one of the guitarists for that band. And we after we parted ways with guitarists and had a new spot we needed to fill, Kyle came and joined. And then it was me, Kyle, Kane, and this guy named Ricky and this guy named Nico. Over time, Ricky left, and then we had somebody else join, and then Nico had to leave. And then we had we just parted ways with Ricky. And so now we're here. And that's how we all met. It was online. It was amazing. It was really weird.
Yeah, we found you on band Tinder. What's that?
Yeah, what was that called? Vamper. Yeah, it was basically Tinder for musicians. It was so weird.
Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome. So in terms of the band name, how did you come up with it? Does it have a specific meaning? For example, the saying "Only the Strong Survive." Is it kind of something like that, or is it not that deep?
Breaking Benjamin.
Yeah, Breaking Benjamin. There was a song. What is that song? "Blow Me Away" by Breaking Benjamin. Has a line in it that says "Only the strongest will survive," and I was like, "Yo, guys!" Because our thing with our band is we want to be supportive of people and create a good following and a loving community kind of thing, and we want to be there for people. And so I was like, yo, Only the Strong. It's kind of funny because I'm kind of a like I'm not strong as like physically and mentally. Like I have my days, everybody has their days. So it was like kind of funny for us to go with it, but we were just like, yo, it can like be centered around that. Like only the strong is like a mental thing. And so we just took like, we were like, I like the Breaking Benjamin song, it's cool. And we took the only the strong part, and I was like, I like that. And nobody had it. So we went with it.
Cool. So you guys recently released Picking Up the Pieces. So what was the songwriting process for that like? Was it different from any of your other previous releases, or was it pretty much the same?
It was basically the same. Like most of the songs we do like start as an acoustic song, like that Mason like just basically rips out the whole thing himself.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And then like me and Kane go and do like the instrumentation and stuff and make it. I remember like the first, I guess, riff for Picking Up the Pieces I wrote like just before our second show at, I think it was the Upper Decker or something, or the Upper Deck.
I think it was the Upper Deck. Upper Decker's probably not right.
That might not be it.
Yeah, it's Upper Deck Public House. Oops.
Yeah. Yeah, I wrote that just before that. It was just like I was just riffing around, and I was like, "Oh, this might fit." And then I think I just like threw it out basically at the show.
You didn't even tell us. You were just like, "Hey, what'd you guys think of that riff?" And I was like, "Yeah, it was cool. Where did that come from?"
Makes it up. True talent right there.
Yeah, it was just like, and then as we start recording things, then like Cody gets in on it and has ideas, and then we change our mind of things, and it's basically all the songs kind of follow a similar thing.
Yeah, Cody's the guy who produced our EP and our last singles. So
yeah, the only one that like doesn't really fit that mold is Wake Up Call.
Yeah,
because Wake Up Call was like, what was that like? What practice was that? Was it like like with like the first few at least?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. I think it was after our first show. Yeah, because we played that show on Remembrance Day, and I butchered the national anthem. And then
so bad. Oh, I remember that.
And then it was a practice after that. I'm pretty sure it was in November, and I just came up with the first riff of Wake Up Call, and then like basically pushed out the rest of the song within that week, and then that one was done.
It was like the third or fourth practice, like because we only had like a couple before that show, and you're like, yep, I know the songs were good, and you were just like messing around and recorded a riff, and then it was like the next week you sent me the entire song, and I was like, cool, I'll write vocals, I guess.
You know what? So, sometimes that's how it happens. I know, like when I was in a band, we used to like, but what my vocalist would do is she would write the lyrics first, and she'd be like, "Okay, put a riff to these lyrics," and we would all just look at her. We'd be like, "What?" So we have a comment from Twitch, and it's sarcastic and bored. It says Kane and Kyle are also looking gorgeous.
Thank you.
It's very true.
Yeah.
Kyle's been getting really into the what even kind of shirt is that?
It's just like some floral, like print, very dad energy.
It fits you very well. And then Kane's rocking his very classic. Kane just always looks so punk. I love it.
Try.
Hell yeah. The train mod says, I love the floral shirt. Yo, everybody loves that floral shirt, Kyle, honestly.
It's a mood.
I got it literally like at like 6 o'clock today. I got it specifically like for this.
So it's perfect. Yeah.
That was not that long ago, Kyle.
Yeah.
Did you even have time to take the tags off?
That's like an hour ago.
Yo, you guys ever see the Golden Girls?
I have, yes.
A little bit, but not a lot.
Kyle's shirt reminds me of Blanche's like bedroom.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing.
In a good way. That's one of my favorite shows, but it has the vibe to it.
Mm-hmm.
So, can you give us a backstory on picking up the pieces?
Yeah, shit. I had this written out and I always am like, oh, I can totally do that. And then I go to say it and I'm like, wait, what? What is it about again? But I think I can give a good enough explanation without having to search for this. Just because my mind's a mess. But basically, like picking up the pieces, it was written like what's it about? Sorry, is what you're asking?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was written about like I there was a point in my life where I just realized that there was a lot of people that I like really cared about and like considered like really close friends or even family that like I just like was like, oh, they would do anything for me. And then I'd like look and be like, they're either talking behind my back, they're just like treating me like crap. They'll like I think that they'll do anything for me. And then when I really need them, they're just like, nope, sorry, this is kind of your thing and I don't want to help you at all or deal with it. And so I was like, okay, well, I can either like sit here and get angry with them and then be like, yo, you guys can't keep doing this and try and change it. Or I can just be like, okay, hey, this is done. I'm going to leave. I'm going to take back everything that I let you guys take from me. And then we're just done. Okay, cool. And then I did that. And so that's like what it was kind of about was just like leaving like a toxic situation or relationships, just kind of reclaiming that part of yourself.
Hell yeah. And you know what? I definitely respect that because, and you know, I feel like it's, you know, everybody at some point in their lives experiences not only like a toxic relationship or, you know, toxic family or whatever, but they also experience how difficult it is to walk away from that because eventually you just kind of get used to it, but then you also get to a point where you've had enough after a while. And I feel like it takes you a while to get to that point.
Definitely, yeah.
So, individually, what was the turning point for each of you guys that made you decide you wanted to become musicians?
Oh, Kyle and Kane, you guys want to go first?
Can you go first? I do know mine, but
Man, I can't really pinpoint anything. I kind of grew up loving music. I played the saxophone in grade 5, and it turned out to be.
Can you still play saxophone?
No, I wish I could. It's
I would love some saxophone.
much more appreciation for the saxophone now than I did before. And yeah, like I was decent at it. Like after I quit saxophone, I got like some calls from like teachers and everything trying to get me back and inviting me to play in like marching band and stage band and everything. So yeah, I was really into music and I'd listen to like classical music and like orchestra music and like Disney soundtracks and stuff like that. So I've always kind of been interested in music and playing music. And then I discovered the drums and I was watching a Blink 182 music video and I saw Travis Barker playing. And after that, I was just like, man, that guy makes playing drums look so cool. Like I want to learn how to play the drums. So I like taught myself how to play the drums. And the rest is history. Yeah, I was a drummer ever since, obviously. So yeah, I love it.
Wait a minute, you taught yourself how to play drums?
I did, yeah. I was that summer I was in Saskatchewan working for my uncle, and part of my job was to just drive a tractor to like different fields, and the tractors go like 20 kilometers an hour max. And so I'd be driving a tractor, just sitting there listening to headphones for like 2 hours. And I literally just started like picking apart the drums in my head and like picking it apart. Like, you know, your hand's doing this and this hand's doing this. And I just figured out how to play. And I got back home after the summer and I told my friends, yo, I taught myself how to play the drums. Let's start a band.
Yeah.
Did you start a band?
Like, we did start a band.
So you learned how to play before you actually touched a kit?
Yes, I was just tapping on the dashboard.
When you actually got to the kit, was it like just
seamless? It was like almost seamless. It was like, oh, this is cool. I can play the drums. It's odd, but it happened.
That's sick.
Wow. Yeah. So it was definitely meant to be then, because you said it was just like it just kind of happened. That's super cool. You know, I mean, the only song I can play on drums is the Knack, and that's on my Sharona. And other than that, I get all confused, and I'm like, wait, no, wait, I meant to hit this cymbal. And I'm like, no, that's supposed to be a snare. And it's just a whole big mess. So I applaud you for that. Because I wouldn't even have the patience to sit there and teach myself. I would just be like, you know what? And then I would just throw the sticks like, I don't know, like across the globe or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my band, or not my band, Kyle and Kane know that. Sorry, I'm so used to talking. I see the Twitch screen. I'm like, oh yeah, right. I know my bandmates aren't here. But Kyle and Kane know that I'm absolutely incredible at the drums. I'm just so good.
Yeah.
Like I can play anything. It's super good. I'm horrible. I am literally no rhythm. It's terrible. I can't dance at all. And I have, it's bad.
Did you say you can't dance?
I can't, dude. Like, and I know it's related to drumming because I can't separate my hands and my feet. So if I'm like doing something with my foot, my hands do it.
Yeah, you know what? It takes a lot of coordination. See, that's not my problem. My problem is like I'll get the beat going and then I'll get confused like halfway through and then I'm like hitting the snare and then I'm just like, okay, hi-hat time, and then I can't do this both at the same time.
Yeah, that's just beginner stuff. Like it's muscle memory too. You just got to practice and you just get better at it.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle, you're up.
Okay. So
yep. My story might be a little different than most because my whole family are musicians. Like my mom was in a metal band and I grew up like in music, and like my first time on stage I was like 7 years old singing Run to the Hills in front of like a festival.
Oh yeah.
And so like I was kind of born into it. Like my uncle, he's an amazing guitar player. That's kind of what pushed me into guitar. And then like my brother's a drummer and now he like makes rap and beats and stuff in Vancouver. And so like when I really started getting into it, I started as a bass player because Iron Maiden was my favorite band ever, and Iron Maiden is very bass heavy. Like I liked that the bass, you could actually hear it in their music, and Steve Harris was amazing and I wanted to be him. But then I remember that vividly. I was in a van and my cousin put in City of Evil in the CD player by Avenged Sevenfold. I think it was like 2006. It was like just after it came out. And then I heard like the opening stuff for Beast and the Harlot, and I was like, holy shit, I need to play guitar now. Like, and then so I just like dove into wanting to play guitar, and my dad got me some cheap guitar, and then I was practicing it, and I just learned everything by ear at that point. Like I learned like Master of Puppets and a few Metallica songs, and I started picking out like Unholy Confessions and everything, and then I started once I found tabs, I started focusing on lead playing and like figuring out like Avenged Sevenfold solos and stuff like that, and then I got like this guitar here. One sec. This bad boy. When I was 13 or 14, and then I was like, there was nothing stopping me. I had to play all the time, and
which he does during practice all the time while we're trying to.
And so I was like super metal focused, and like I was like, that's all I wanted to do and play. So it was kind of weird for me to be in a pop punk band, even still.
Yeah, I remember I had to like make a playlist for you on Spotify when you joined, and I was like, hey, like this is what pop punk is, just so you know. Okay, well, you're already in the band, so figure it out.
I had to do some research and figure out how to write like that and play like that, because I'm used to heavy chugging and like soloing, and like there was a few times I would do that in our songs. I think the first practice I was like okay, I gotta impress these guys. And then so I like start like shredding and stuff, and then I start like playing Avenged Sevenfold songs, and then Kane's like starts playing like the drums for it or something, and then I'm like, oh shit. And but then there was like I had to calm it down when it came to
Yeah.
actually writing our music.
Recording you versus me, and we're going through your solo note by note, just like, hey, let's take this one out, we'll keep this one, take this one out.
Yeah, it was a different thing for me, but yeah, ever since then I've been a guitar player. I can play drums a little bit too. I'm no Kane here, but I'll put myself above Mason.
Oh, far above me. That's not like a toddler is better at the drums than I am. Oh jeez. My like for me, I like I grew up listening to like Linkin Park and stuff, and so like I was always just in love with Chester Bennington. Like just everything about him blew my mind, and I wanted to be like him, and I wanted to play a show with him one day, and it like broke my heart when he died, but like that's not the point. And so I like would always say as a kid, like, oh, I want to be a musician, I want to sing. Like I don't care about learning guitar, I don't care about learning piano, I don't care about any of that, I just want to sing. And then I turned 17, and my brother went on he is religious, went on a church thing for 2 years and couldn't bring his guitar. And so he was like, hey, you have 2 years, learn the guitar. And I was like, okay. And so I was like kind of messing around and like was an acoustic musician for a bit, but just like never really found like the drive to do it like as an acoustic musician. The want like just wasn't there for me. And I was like, this isn't like what I wanted out of music. Like I wanted to do something else. And what was funny was there was actually, it's probably one of the scariest moments of my life, but I was driving home. I had just played my first like show I had ever headlined, and I was still an acoustic musician. And I was so sick that show, and I felt like garbage, and I could barely make it through the set. And I left the show, and I was like, oh, come on. Like that just, I'm so upset that that didn't go well. Like I wanted that to go really well. And on the way home, I like noticed that I was really tired, and I fell asleep at the wheel going 120 kilometers an hour. So I don't know what that is in miles, but like had my cruise control on. And I remember I like blinked and was sitting there and was like, hey, you've had your eyes closed for like a long time, you should probably open your eyes. And then my car like shifted, and I went into the ditch and like was swerving all over the place. Didn't hit anything, nothing happened, my car was fine, I was fine, everybody, like nobody was around, nobody was hurt. I was like, yo, next time I'm gonna be like, I don't care if I'm 5 minutes from home, I'm just gonna pull over and sleep. But I like that all happened, and I got home and I walked in the door, and my mom was like, how was the show? And I was like, it was awesome. Like I wanted like for some reason I was like, you know what, if something had happened, it would have been totally worth it, because this is all I've ever wanted. Like and it was just like in that moment that everything clicked for me, that I was like, that was terrifying, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. So this is exactly what I need to do, and it's just like been my goal ever since.
Damn. Wow.
Yeah, it was a little scary.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that. Wow. Oh my God. You know, I mean, I believe that, you know, there's a reason for everything, dude. There's a reason that we're still here. Like after that, bro, like there's a fucking reason for that. Damn.
Yeah. But yeah, and then I like started taking vocal lessons more seriously, because I started those when I was 18, and now I'm still learning guitar 6 years later and doing my best.
Hey.
I'm still learning guitar, and I'm like 12 years in.
And significantly better than me.
Hey, you know what? I mean, I've been playing guitar since I was 11 years old, and I still learn every day. Like Kyle said, you know, I still learn every day. I'm just like, oh, wow, I didn't know that. Like it's always a learning experience. So hell yeah.
And I think that's why music's so cool and exciting, is just like every time you feel like you've got it, there's just like something else that you'll learn. Or like for me, like if I'm like, oh wow, like I really like how we're sounding right now, and then I'll like not recently, I guess a year ago, I got really into emo trap music, and my little brother showed it to me when I was in high school, and I was just like, oh yeah, this like isn't my thing. But sure. But I got so into it because it started being mixed with pop punk, and I was like, oh my gosh, guys, we got to start figuring something out. And we actually have a song coming out on the EP that has like a little bit of like trap drums and stuff, and it makes me so happy.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. And I always say it, music is, I mean, it's cool when you can play covers, but like it's up for interpretation. Like if you think it's good, it's good. Like that's the fun part about music. If you like what you're putting out, you like what you're making, and you genuinely, love doing it, that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how has the pandemic affected you as a band? Has it made you stronger and more inspired, or just kind of the same?
I mean, we lost a member.
Yeah, it ruined
It
our
happens.
our like tours we were booking, and like
Yeah, we had our first tour booked, and we were like I think Kane is the only one of us that has actually toured, because like I did like a weekend tour, but like I was like hopping on somebody else's like weekend tour for like 3 shows, but yeah, we had like a tour booked, and it was super exciting, and we were all like so ready for it, and then COVID hit. We had to cancel all shows that we had, cancel the like any, like we were like just starting to plan it, and we were like, okay, never mind, none of this is happening. And then recording was a pain because we were trying to figure out how we were going to record, and we had just put out Sinking Ships, which was supposed to be, and still is technically, the first song off our EP. And we were like, okay, we'll put this out, then we'll go record the rest of it. It'll take like a couple weeks max. And then COVID hit like right after we put it out. And we were like, okay, well, we'll try and record quick. No, never mind. It's already in Canada. Like, cause like it was like where, like it started in China. Wow. It has been a long year. How am I already forgetting this? But it started, and then it came to the States, and then it came to Canada. And as soon as it hit Canada, it was just like, oh, yeah, we're just gonna have to wait then. And then like we were out for a month, and then when it like after a couple months, it was like, okay, we can go back and record. We started recording, and then it would be like we would record for like a week or like a weekend, and then restrictions would change, and we wouldn't be able to record anymore. And so then we'd have to stop recording and wait. And so like instead of it taking like 2 or 3 weeks to record our EP, it took like almost
a year.
Yeah, almost a year to record.
Baby was born there.
Like a total of 6 songs, and I was just like, oh my goodness. And then like I feel like writing has just kind of been paused because we're like so focused on like getting the songs recorded and getting them out and getting all the advertisements and stuff ready for it, videos and things like that, that like I hadn't felt inspired, like truly inspired to like start writing full new songs again until like a month ago since COVID hit. And I was like, wow, this has been a rough year.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So we actually have a question in the chat, and is, out of all the songs you've done together, what is the one you love the most, and the one that you want to play live most when shows come back, and one that's like the most special you've ever written or done? That's a really good question. I was actually going to ask that. That's on my list. So,
oh hell yeah. I mean, like, I'm sure we all have different answers. So Kyle or Kane, if you guys want to go first.
I'll go first. I think for the one to play live the most, I think like the way that we have it now, I think Burn. The one that we just released today. So everyone go listen to it. Get us to 1,000. Yeah, that one, because it's just got, it has so much, like, it's high energy. It has like big like bouncy parts and everything, and I think that one's gonna be a really good one live. Then what was the other, like the one with the most meaning? Is that?
Yeah, I think favorite song done together, the one with the most meaning.
Yeah.
My favorite song that we've done, I might be a little biased, but I like Wake Up Call. That one is probably my favorite right now. It's I just because it jumps around everywhere on the guitar and it's fun to play. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm really selfish, so I just like the songs that are fun for me to play. So I like picking up the pieces is really fun to play. It's really high energy, and Burn is also it's kind of like a roller coaster. There's just some slower parts, and then there's some higher energy parts, and I really like that. So yeah, that's my answer.
Fair. I like honestly the songs that I'm like thinking about right now. I'm like, well, they're not out yet. But I mean, like, there's a song that isn't out yet called Vacant that is probably the most special to me. Or maybe Sinking Ships. I don't know. Vacant, like they're both special for different reasons. Sinking Ships is special to me because it's the one I wrote about my girlfriend, and she means a lot to me. And so like that one will always hold a special place in my heart. But like personally, I really enjoy Vacant that isn't out yet because it's like I feel it's the most real I've been able to get when writing. Like I always feel when I'm writing that there's like this kind of balance between, well, like this is like where it would be super real and super like where I'm at, but also
This
it's
line
like
sounds cool.
yeah, well, yeah. Also, this line sounds cool. Like it's. I can't find the right words to put this like exact feeling, and so I find the best way to do it, and also like musically the best way to do it. But like Vacant is the one for me that I'm just like, oh, this one just came together. Like it most of it was written in one night. I sat down with the guitar at like 3 a.m. and just started playing and wrote the song, and was like, woke up the next day and sent it to everybody. I was like, hey guys, I wrote a song last night. Let's put it on the EP because we were looking for one more song to put on it. And then the one I'm most excited to see live would either be we'll like Burn would be the one that's out. So that's the one that I would be the most excited about. The other one I would be most excited about isn't out yet, and I'm not gonna leak all of our unreleased songs names right now. But Burn is like, I'm so excited because that one changed a lot since our last show, and the way that it is now, I'm like, there's just so many things I can picture in my head, moments where I'm like, oh, the crowd could sing this part and we could like get like super hype, and I want to crowd surf and have fun and everybody's going to be jumping. And I just like, I really want to play it live so bad.
Nice. All good answers. And you mentioned about how you wrote Vacant at 3 a.m. I feel like that's when the best songs come to you. Like it's just like 3 a.m. You're either laying in bed, or for some reason you're like sitting on your computer at like 3 a.m. You're just like, I have this perfect idea and I need to get rid of it right now, otherwise I'm gonna forget about it tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, all the time. And then see, sometimes what I do is I'm like, no, I'll remember tomorrow, and then I wake up, I'm like, damn it, I don't remember.
Yeah,
it's gone. Yeah, you got to do it right there.
Yeah,
I've done that so
exactly.
many times.
Otherwise, it's gone, and it's gone for good. Yeah.
I've even tried just like doing like voice memos of like
I do
trying to
voice
mouth out
memos.
a riff and stuff.
I have like
And then when I
200
go-
long
yeah.
list.
And then when I go and try and actually execute it, the idea just doesn't come out. Like
I feel I've been
Exactly.
yelled at work for like just like, hey, I gotta dip to the bathroom, and they're like, you just went like 5 minutes ago. I'm like, yeah, I know. And then I run to the bathroom. They're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm recording a song thing. You don't care. Just let me do my thing, okay?
Exactly. You know what? When I was at my old job, I was a retail cashier, and like when it would be dead, like when it would be like closing time, I would just stand there at the register and I'd be like, okay, I have these lyrics, and then I would like literally physically write tabs while I'm standing there, and then a customer would come up, I'd be like, please give me 1 minute, just 1 minute, please.
2 seconds. Just gotta think of this. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, please, just 1 second. Or I would literally turn off my light and I'd be like, yeah, can somebody come up and read this customer out real quick? I'm right in the middle of something.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So if you could play any venue anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
I got my answer right now.
Yeah, do it. You literally just like shot up on that one, and I was
Yeah.
like, I don't have a good answer. Kyle, you got this.
I think the Red Rock Theater, I think it's in Colorado. I think that would be incredible because it's like a natural, basically amphitheater, and
Mhm.
like it's just like in the rocks and stuff. And like I know Gojira, one of my favorite bands, did like a whole like video show there, and it just looks amazing. And I think it would be so cool because it's just like a natural like stadium thing, and I think that would be dope.
Nice.
What about you,
Yeah.
I
Kane?
don't have an answer. I don't know much about what's out there, honestly.
Just say
Fair.
like a generic one. Say like Madison Square Garden.
No,
Yo, that would be
no,
lit
Put
though.
that out
No.
north.
Everybody says Madison Square Garden and Red Rots. Now, Red Rots I get because Red Rots is absolutely gorgeous. Never been there, seen pictures, seen videos, but Madison Square Garden is literally the common answer. Everyone's just like, yep, MSG.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, come on, man. Like, you don't want to play the O2 over in England or something?
That would be sweet
Yeah,
too.
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
There was a place I went to. I saw Linkin Park 30 Seconds to Mars and AFI at the Gorge in Washington, and it was like we're driving down there for the day. Me, my dad, my little brother, and my two friends just like got tickets. We're like, we're gonna go, and we drive down there, and we get there, and we're like, this can't be it because it's literally just a field. And then we see all these cars parked. We're like, okay. So we go over, and there's like a little pathway down a hill, and then it just like opens up, and it's called the Gorge because there's just a ginormous gorge next to the stage, and then this huge stage. And it was the most like beautiful venue I have ever seen because it was just like nothing for miles and miles, and then just like the stage out in the middle of nowhere, and like the sound was amazing because it was just like echoing through everything, and there's like a little river in the gorge, and I was like, oh, this would be sick. I would play here in a heartbeat.
Like cool outdoor venues, I think, are like the coolest shit.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
outdoor venues look sick.
Well, you know what? I'm not from the West Coast. I'm from Pennsylvania. We have a couple cool outdoor venues. We have one near me, but you know what? We have nothing that like has like a cool little like river or nothing as beautiful as Red.
Oh, we lost him. Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
I was saying. So we have nothing as beautiful as Red Rots, but we do have a couple that are like in the middle of the woods, and aside from getting the occasional tick on you, they're pretty beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I want to play an outdoor show so bad. I feel like it's just a whole different vibe.
Yeah,
It truly is. It truly is. You know, the new thing here last year was like outdoor drive-in shows. So like the band is outdoors, but it's like the drive-in movie. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, we
mosh
tried
pits
to do
get
that.
Pretty expensive.
Oh yeah. The mosh pits.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I saw about that. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it just turns into a demolition derby instead.
Yeah.
Yo, could you imagine playing a demolition derby though?
That'd be sweet.
Yo,
That'd be
right?
so
I feel like
fun.
they're not metal enough for that.
Yo,
You don't know that.
how come more bands don't play demolition derbies? I feel I would
Like-
I would go to that.
Like if the
That's a
stage was
band.
in like the middle of the arena kind of thing.
Oh
and
yeah.
happening around
Yeah.
the stage.
Yeah, that'd be wild.
And then outside of that is where the crowd is and stuff. That'd be
No, okay, better idea. So like
That's some
you're-
redneck
like
stuff.
the stage is like suspended. The stage is like
Ooh,
suspended, in
suspended.
midair, and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
and like the band would like be playing like while the derby's going on. So you're like getting like
Yeah.
no show.
Yeah.
just don't
I-
fall.
I just Googled it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's bands that have played intermissions of demolition derbies, but we could
Not
be the
during.
first band
That'd be
ever
good.
to play during the demolition derby. That would be
Exactly.
insane.
Yeah.
And
See, like I can see it.
expensive.
Like I said, like you would just have to make sure that like the stage is like obviously safely secured, but like you're just like above the demolition derby,
Yeah.
and like the trucks are just like going at it like right below you, and you're just rocking
Yeah.
out. I feel like that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
That's
Sounds-
a
Sounds
fantastic
totally
idea.
safe too.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. I would risk it. Do you know how cool that would be? I'd
Oh, I'll
probably
do
be like stopping every 3 seconds to be like, whoa, okay. Anyways.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I played an outdoor show once. It was at Canada Day in Drayton Valley, the town I'm from. And so there, like, it's a big like country scene there. It's all like, and so we're like in a metal band, and we're playing like our metal songs, and it's just blasting through this, and like nobody is watching us. Everybody's
I've been
just
there. I've
watching.
been there.
Yeah, and then we were like, well, no one's watching us, and so we just like pulled out like a couple System of a Down songs out of our ass. Like we played
Nice.
Chop Suey and then followed it up immediately with Bounce, and we're just going like hard. And like people were looking at us like, oh my god, what is happening here? They made it.
Tyler just messaged me and said he's gonna make the Demolition Derby show happen.
Hell yeah, he
Nice.
better. He better.
I'm
because
holding
you
him
know
to
what?
it.
Yeah,
You know what? I mean,
We
even
gotta
if
go
it's in
Florida for
Canada,
that.
you know, as soon as those borders open back up, I have a passport. I would definitely pay and drive however
Oh,
far
yeah.
it is to Alberta to see that, because that'd be fucking dope.
That'd be insane.
Yeah,
It's quite the
right?
drive from Pennsylvania to.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's fine. It'd be worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before my internet cuts out one more time, what can we expect from you guys in the future once life returns to normal? Obviously, I would hope the Demolition Derby show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But you know, like in terms of music, like, you know, I mean, obviously you just dropped a new song and you know everything. What can we expect from you guys in the future? Looking forward.
Well,
I
we
mean-
haven't really thought too far ahead.
That's
Uh,
not true. Come
Oh,
on.
come on. We haven't
No,
thought
we
that
got
far
five
ahead.
Yeah,
years
we
planning
have.
for-
Are you kidding? I have a plan. I've
Okay,
told you
what's
guys
the-
about the
what's
plan. The plan is we're gonna drop 2 more songs. We have 2
No,
more songs on
one
the
more
EP.
song.
2 more.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
the
see,
last
you
song's
don't
coming out
even
with
know.
the EP, man.
Yeah, but and then we have an acoustic song. So we have 2 more songs coming, an acoustic song over the next couple months. By then, hopefully, shows will be able to come back. But then it's winter, so we'll have to do our best there.
We have like been like we have a few, like we have a handful of ideas for songs and stuff to come up that we're working on like currently.
Yeah.
And a couple of them are pretty far into it. Like we got a nice slow emotional one that it might be a little different than what you'd expect from us. And yeah, I think there's some exciting stuff in the future for us.
Yeah.
So we're always going to be coming out with music.
Yeah, like we got our EP coming out soon. We're gonna hopefully be back to shows and get our like first tour under the way. We're gonna hit Western Canada, and then hopefully either the States or Eastern Canada would be really cool as well. And then from there, like more music videos, more music. We're streaming now, which is cool. Which we have only done 1 stream, but we're gonna be doing more of those, and so that's exciting. And yeah, so just like, I don't know, it's weird because it's like I feel like every band has the same answer of like, well, what do we have planned in the future? Music. But like we've our how we write and how like our taste in music has changed a lot since we wrote this EP, and so I'm excited to see the next EP because it's going to be like similar but also different. Like I got super into trap, Kyle's been into very different kinds of like punk, and then like
I've been
also,
like K-pop and
K-pop
Swedish
and
funk or
yeah.
funk. Yeah.
And then Kane is just always a wild card with his music. He'll show me a new song and be like, "Oh, this is like the best song I've ever heard. How come I've never heard this?" And so we just like, I feel like we've really evolved over the last year, and so I'm really happy we're getting these songs out because then we can just get to our new stuff that we're working on. And yeah.
Nice. And I hope to see you guys in the eastern part of the States if you guys do come here, because I would definitely be at a show. But again, like I said, you know, if you guys do the Demolition Derby, I guess I'm going to Canada,
Yeah.
which I'm completely okay with.
Yeah.
because I've never been there, so
I mean, it has to happen now. We've said it
Yeah.
on the internet, so it's
Exactly.
as soon as it's said on the internet, it's like, well, if we don't do it, we're liars, and we don't want to be liars. So
Exactly. Well, I said it on the internet, but more or less, mine is more like a fragment of the internet because of all the problems I've been having tonight.
yeah,
But you know what? Honestly, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me in this chat and bear my many internet problems that I'm still having. So I truly appreciate it. You guys are awesome, and I hope to catch you guys at a show in the future, and maybe once everything kind of gets back to normal more than it is now.
Oh,
we lost them.
yeah.
So follow our band on Facebook and Instagram and Twitch.
And we could do an in-person interview so that this does not happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that happened, that'd be weird.
Yeah, honestly, I prefer doing them in person because you can kind of get better vibes and better conversations and no internet problems. So
yeah, internet's the worst.
yeah, and I swear it's because we had a thunderstorm earlier. I swear that's why, because I unplugged my router, I checked it, and it's still malfunctioning. So, but thank you guys so much. This was awesome. Make sure you guys check out Only the Strong. As I said, I'm a huge pop punk fan, and they are easily my new favorite band. They even replaced the Wonder Years, and that's hard to do for anybody that knows me.
Yes.
For anybody that knows me, it's very hard to replace my beloved Wonder Years, but they have done it. So make sure you check them out. Check them out anywhere you find music except Napster, because we don't do that here.
Is that still
And we will catch you next time on the 570 Music Chat.
Awesome. Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much for
having
having
Thanks
us.
for having us.